I was raised in a church like from birth. Before my mother passed, I was actively involved in church. I was singing the choir, I was an usher, I was teaching this little kids Sunday school and all that. It's just, I felt, when my mom passed, I just fell into like a tunnel of darkness where I just didn't, all my ambition, all my hopes, everything, it was just, I just felt like it was gone.
Broken families are the targets of the traffickers. They go after these younger girls who don't have a father, who don't have a family to support them. They will pull them in and they will trick them and entice them into a life that, you know, they think is what they always wanted, and soon they're trapped in a life of slavery.
We've done in excess of 700 investigations regarding human trafficking. Out of those 700 investigations, 100 victims of human trafficking in the Fresno area have been identified.
At Children's Hospital, we have just started experiencing seeing these patients. One of the common threads that I've noticed is that some of the children that are getting pulled into this life are not your labeled at-risk kids. They're your typical good kids that just got pulled into the wrong thing.
In Fresno, the average age of a girl getting pulled into this lifestyle is 13 to 16 years old. They get pulled in and then they don't get out until something happens or somebody intercedes for them.
And I was brought here when I was 12 from Belize, and I was told I was being adopted, but never was. I basically became a mom at 12, and not just a mom, also a maid. I was never able to quite experience life as a normal child.
I had 3 children when I was out there. Being a heroin addict, there was sickness. I would go out and do that date first, then I would have to go out and do a date to feed the children, then I would have to concentrate on the bills. So it's a vicious cycle, and there's a lot of pain.
So when I called the chat line, I was just this guy. It was like he was waiting for me or something. I was like, I just want to get picked up. Can you pick me up? And he was like, yeah, right now. And he came. I was gone for about 2.5 years.
We need to realize what's taking place, and we need to be more educated about it because we don't see it. It's not something that's all that visible. And the reasons behind prostitution and so forth, we can misjudge and not understand what those are. And so we need to be more educated, the pastors need to be more educated, and we need to have practical things that our citizens can do, our church members can do to change this in our community.
As a detective and as a member of a local church myself, I see the church's role in prevention and also rehabilitation. Those 2 roles, I think the church would play a huge part if we could get people to help.
One of the best ways the church can be involved is by really counseling the victims of prostitution. So those young women that are held by, essentially held hostage by pimps, what they need is spiritual healing. These young women don't want to do this, but they don't see any other option. They don't see any other choice, don't know the love of Christ. So when the church can come in and share that with them, their opportunity arises right there.
We still have things that we have to work out while we're rescued, and we still also have to figure out how to be on our own at the same time.
You can't help a child unless you understand where they come from. Reaching out and being a mentor, being a stable outreach. Open the doors to the churches, let them have a place to go, make it safe for teens. Talk to your kids. Keep open, because they need to. They all need to.
Every pastor, Baptist, Methodist, Presbyterian, Catholic, we need to step up to the plate, educate our people. And number 1, as pastors, we need to come together So our people will come together and say, this is not a black issue, a white issue, a poor issue, a rich issue. It is an issue of souls that are being damaged for life. I think what we can all do is come together and stop the division, talking about it's not my problem, it's their problem. It's all of our problem, because those people will come into our church one day, and if we don't know how to minister to them, they'll leave our church saying, Jesus has nothing for me. But really what he has for them is life. And we need to offer that life to them, and it only comes through Jesus Christ.
On behalf of Made for Them, the Center for Community Transformation, and the Central Valley Justice Coalition, we invite you to partner with us to take back our community. Get involved with us through prayer, education, training, mentoring. Use your gifts and your talents to serve these survivors. Help us build safe houses in our community. Together, we can make a difference, and we look forward to joining forces with you. Thank you.